as winner of your teams, that is the Fly Mobility with 266 million equity. Very well done. And that is really interesting. We never had such a result like that because 1 out of 6 companies is profitable, is very profitable, and all other 5 are now targets for the Fly Mobility for a takeover, and they can pick the best raisins out of the pocket. So let's have a deeper look on Fly Mobility. How is their sales? Incredible. They ramp up from 50 million to 100 and then to 150, something like that, with a very, very healthy margin around 50, more than 50%. That's incredible. EBITDA. If you look at the last quarter, 40 million EBITDA by sales of 140 million. That is around a 30% EBITDA ratio. Normally, you can get that only with weapons and business models like that. Very well done. So what is the profit center looking like? With what products you made your sales? It is very, very diversified. Basic, classic, and premium. The healthiest margin with premium products, then classic, and the lowest with basic. Good. And all that is done in the central market. So you haven't opened Western and Eastern market. And with the sales channels, and the market is quite huge, but the largest is relationship customers. Very well done, 50 to 60%. And I see, in the last quarter you said, let's get out a little margin from the sport market, even it's not very good, or although it's not good, you got 2 million more. You could hold these products in the next quarter with higher returns. What about your KPIs? Ooh, customer satisfaction, very high. Customer acquisition, almost all of the simulation, very, very high. Good stability. Product development at the beginning. And I guess you started simultaneously with classic and premium to develop it, right? Quality, incredibly high. Productivity, okay. Satisfaction, well done at the end. And one of interest is employees' potential, working atmosphere, training, and leadership behavior. Well, business is fine. And balance sheet. Whoa. Next to none borrowed capital, more. All is, or 80% of that is equity capital. So a very healthy and solid cash flow. You could have even paid back all of your debt. The cash position is 100 million. I see why. You stop producing. No raw material, no semi-finished goods, no finished goods. Close down of the company. Right. So, and here Amigo is done. Profit and loss. Yeah. You reach a level of about 50 million sales per quarter. And this was more or less, no, it was not break-even. In Q8 and Q9, we could say that, but afterwards It is not sufficient. There was no growth in this company, although the fixed costs are very, very high with next to 30 million. If you compare that, around 30 million fixed costs with sales of 50 million, that's not going to work. How did you manage to get your sales in? Basic and classics. So you decided not to develop premium. It's a very expensive product, but could be healthy much. You have been in all markets, East market, Central market, Western market, everywhere you have been. But although you have been in all markets, not enough sales. Your healthiest product or your healthiest sales channel was the relationship customer channel, but with rather low sales. And what has happened here in Q12, you sold in the market with a negative margin of minus 48%. Challenging. And your KPIs, oh, you did a bit at the beginning, then once in that, and let them crash down. Doesn't look so bad. We've seen worse things. At least you haven't sold your machines. That's good. You sold your plant very soon. But you didn't buy new raw materials. Maybe we ran out of business as well. Retiring in Ibiza. Who is retiring in Ibiza? So this is Amigo. What about the Nomad? We couldn't manage to raise the sales volume. And this is really rare, a negative contribution margin, because that means we sold below direct costs and we have no margin to cover our fixed costs. They are quite low, but still you have to earn 50 million. And as we didn't generate any margin, all fixed costs are loss. And we got cumulative losses of around 200 million during the whole simulation. I guess that's a new benchmark. Profit center, what have you done? I had some with relationship customers, but at the end, no. Sold everything over the tender market. Basic and classics, only in the Western in the Central market. Your KPIs. Okay, the customer development could come now in year 4. Unfortunately, you cannot see that anymore. High quality and good product development at the end to ramp up classic. The only one who achieved, I guess, one green step in leadership behavior. Well done. That's your point there. And what about the trios? Yeah, very well done. You ramped up sales a lot. 3 quarters we made some business with healthy margins, but we couldn't cover all the fixed costs. So I guess this could be a benchmark too. Yes, you got it. Minus 235 in accumulative losses. Uwe, that is now our new benchmark for generating losses. And your KPIs? Not so much. product development. That is what we've done, and everything else a little bit before for customer satisfaction, customer loyalty. Never seen such a high figure during this simulation here. The other one are rather poor. Okay. So, and then we have here this analysis. Uwe, can we show this? Is that working? Okay, so we have to fix it. I take our winner and let's see what it is generating for us. Okay. So, all right. Okay. So then let's have a look on the benchmark. This orange one, yeah, this is Fly Mobility. They have a very, very strong development in sales. And the green one is the average. And the others are, as we know, quite some development, but it is not enough to cover all our additional fixed costs we raised. What is the EBIT development? Again, Dance had a high one, but Fly Mobility is again 1 quarter 60 million. If you compare that to the sales, there are not so many other competitors who could even reach a 60 million sales quarter as they have done with EBIT. And the equity in total shows following. There is only one company very profitable. This is the average overall. And we have 5 other companies who have a very stable trend, but I guess in the wrong direction. So, Uwe, do you have to add something for this simulation from your point? No. Okay. So, what we would like to have from you, maybe you can send us an email afterwards. What was interesting connections for you or learnings about the simulation? What were interesting stuff? How did you act together as a team? And what are your results or your issue or your points you would say, if I could run the simulation again, I would do differently, point A, B, C, etc. Yeah, can you do that for us? So maybe per group one email to us.
Yeah, probably Nomads can start.
Yeah, if you want to tell us right now, please shoot.
Yeah, because the only thing we want to run the simulation, we would have we should be having a more better understanding of KPIs.
Okay.
We actually didn't know what was actually happening with KPIs, and we thought that okay, the project consulting thing, we don't know how to use that specific tab, project consulting.
Yeah.
If we use that specific tab, it directly shows us what are the points we have to concentrate to improve our KPIs.
Yeah, I see.
We could have been, producing more classic and premium, and we could have been expanding our markets in East and West also. So that was the thing which I think we lagged here.
All right. Yeah. So I would suggest you think about that and have a chat within your group and put all these results together and send us an email. I think that's the best way to fix that. And we summarize that later on then.
Sure. Sure.
All right.
Thanks.
So we thank you very much for this simulation. We got new benchmarks. So we wish you a good time to finish your diplomas and get degrees and stay healthy during these times.